right? And also, I think it's the disadvantage of our age that, hey, maybe it is a stupid question, right? That also probably is going on for some of the questions. Um, at least that's my thought. It's just that it's too vast and too deep that it's like when you explain it, it feels like I get it, but I am pretty sure that if I have to look at this and then understand myself after a while, it's going to be unclear.
Yeah. No, that
Does
is,
that make sense?
yes, that is the beginning of spiritual life. Spiritual life begins when we come to the conclusion that I don't know anything and I'm confused in this material world, and that I need to do something to understand these different concepts and these different processes laid out by our acharyas. So that's precisely what I was looking for. I'm not saying you need to understand everything. It took me, even now, I don't understand, even after 17 years in the devotion, right? We may never understand everything, but we may not need to understand everything. We need to just be sincere and humble to say, Krishna, I'm confused. Send me this information, and Krishna will give you that information. Unless, like the Bible, it says, seek and you shall receive. Yeah. So Krishna says, yeah, you what do you want to know, Arjuna? And that is what the Bhagavad Gita is, a question answer session between a disciple and his guru Krishna. So that is a template for us. It's like the reference architecture. Bhagavad Gita is the reference architecture for us to frame our own questions. So very good. Thank you. Anybody else? Disha, you are a very eloquent person. You want to go next?
Prabhu, yes, I am in certain manners. Thank you for uh, calling out. But as I told you, it is a very deep concept, and it is very humbling to know where we are, where we start, and how much way we have to go. Uh, for sure, I'll be knocking on your door to understand how do I progress and what is the next way to progress, because it looks like Bhagavad Gita is just the first part of it, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is the next part. So yes, it is.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
just want to qualify your statement. Bhagavad Gita is the first part. Srimad Bhagavatam is the second part.
Oh,
Charitamrita is the third part. And then we have various sandarbhas. And we also have Upadeshamrita, which is Nectar of Instruction by Rupa Goswami. Then we have Nectar of Devotion, um, which is the sequence of how a person becomes a devotee. But while I'm teaching you the Bhagavad Gita, I am weaving all of that information in, because if you go sequentially, you'll spend the next 15 years with me. So I'm weaving in all that information, giving you enough to practice your sadhana effectively.
thank you, Prabhu. Like seriously, thank you.
Okay.
Uh, this is so truly said in the slides that you have mentioned today in today's class, that without a guru, you're completely lost. And uh, if a student is sent to the guru by Krishna himself, and Krishna decides who the guru would be, thank you, Lord, for sending me to your class.
Okay, that should be your attitude and disposition, and my attitude should be, I am just a via medium. I am passing on your seva to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's mercy to you. So that should be the approach that I need to take. Okay, who wants to go next?
So can I ask a quick question?
Yes, Mataji.
So you mentioned after Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya
Charitamrita.
Charitamrita, after that you said a lot of different kinds of books.
Yeah.
What
So
are those?
yeah, Sandarbhas are advanced texts, and this information is from a book called Madhurya Kadambini. Madhurya Kadambini is an even more advanced text. But again, I have not analyzed it thoroughly. His Holiness Rompad Maharaj analyzed it and he prepared this slide deck. I'm just using
Mm.
the presentation to give you tidbits of information,
Okay, okay.
right? And then there are other more advanced texts too, but we don't need to know everything, right? We are not in the Jnana Marga to know everything. We are in the Bhakti Marga. We are a little selfish. We want to just go and see our Father Krishna as soon as we don't want.
Definitely.
Yeah, we
Uh,
don't want to become a Bada Pandit. That's not our goal. Our goal is to take the minimal information required for us to go back to Krishna Padashraya.
True.
Prabhu, quick question. Sure, agree. We have to get the bhakti mode to go to Lord Krishna. But if we do not have the basics correct, wouldn't the bhakti become little damadol? Like
Yeah,
you don't even know the.
that is why I'm doing this precise class, right? That's why I'm giving you the basics of Anarthas so that you don't make those mistakes along your.
Mhm,
Actually, Rompad Maharaj taught this to us in 2004 when we were like fledgling bhaktas. We had no clue what is chanting, how to hold a japmala. He gave us this so that by 2020 we know how to do proper japa. We know how to do proper seva.
So again, I mean, my thought process to answer that question would be that as we all saw even in Bhagavad Gita and even in Bhagavatam, you hear that you don't have to figure out how to pray. If your intention is good, then the path will automatically be shown to you.
Yeah, Krishna has given the path already in 18 chapters, in a short span of 18 chapters. He has given you the entire path. Uh, However, acharyas are giving you tools. They are giving you tools so that you don't make mistakes along the path, right? When you start chapter 1, you are in Vishada. You are lamenting. Why am I struggling in the material world? By the time you come to chapter 18, Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Come to my sharan. Aham tam sarva papebhyo. I'll remove all the sin. The column 2 here in this table. Moksha isyami masuchaha. I'll give you the presence at my lotus feet. Krishna Padashraya. But acharyas have a very sweet way of doing. Krishna is like binary, right? You surrender, man, otherwise I'll kick you out. But acharyas are giving you the step-by-step process. Let's come together, Shraddha, show some interest. Let's talk about Krishna, Sadhu Sangha. Let's do some bhajan, huh? Like chanting and kirtan and so on. Let's get fixed in this process, Nishta. So, like, you know, uh, in an advanced astronomical class, they say, yeah, when the rocket gets out of the low Earth orbit to higher Earth orbit, and then it attains a escape velocity, then it goes into this orbit of the Mars. But a sixth grader will get lost. You have to tell him what low Earth orbit is, what high Earth orbit is, what escape velocity is, and how does a rocket enter a orbit. You have to tell him all that, right? But for a PhD, that statement is sufficient, what I just said. So that's why acharyas are more merciful than Krishna. Krishna said, do it or get out. Sarva dharman paritijya, give up everything. Maam ekam sharanam vraja. Can we do that? We cannot do that. At least I cannot do that. I don't know about you. So then I take shelter of acharyas who give us this step-by-step sweet process. So acharyas don't ask us to do crazy stuff. They'll give you step-by-step. You do sadhu sangha, you hang around with like-minded people, and then gradually things will happen. Then you'll start doing bhajan, right? So before coming to this class, Jaipal wasn't chanting, but now he's chanting nicely. Why? Because he has the tools now to do it, right? Then slowly we'll all get fixed up. Slowly we'll develop the taste, and then we'll get deep taste like asakti, and then bhava. That word bhava is used very loosely, but it's a very strong word. Then we will attain to prema. The goal is to get to prema. How you get there, acharyas are teaching you. And then surrender will become natural. Then nobody will tell you, "Arey, why are you going in a Tesla when you can go on a bicycle?" See, this is the problem with modern environmentalists, right? They are saying, yeah, 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 we should all give up our cars and go on bicycles to protect Mother Earth. Global warming is happening. But who's going to listen to them? Nobody. Because they are not giving the right process. They are jumping straight to the ultimate outcome. No, you have to love people, gradually coach them, then they will go there. That is what Prabhupada did. He took all the hippies, he would cook for them, he would gradually, nicely, very soft words, he would say, in the beginning, we were all in the spiritual world. Somehow or the other, we ended up in the material world. The soul is struggling in this material world. Although our soul is Sachidananda, that we should always be blissful and happy. Why are we unhappy? So he, he unpackaged this like he was teaching a 3-year-old. If you look at Prabhupada's lectures, early lectures. Later on, after 15 years, after not 15, but after say 10 years, you would call them, "Hey rascal, why are you doing like this? Don't you understand that Krishna doesn't like it?" So he changed the tone. Initially, he was teaching a 3-year-old like that. So acharyas are very skilled at performing this heart surgery. There is one more book I have in my book closet where this Mataji wrote a book, and she said, actually, the title of the book is something translated as heart surgery. She said, "I will perform heart surgery on you." So, very interesting. So, we are very fortunate because of Swami Prabhupada. He is giving us all this knowledge which was hidden under the British rule and the Muslim rule, and he's just giving it free of cost to all of us. So we should be eternally obligated and um, thankful to Srila Prabhupada for giving us all this knowledge. So when you are thankful, gratitude, Prabhupada Maharaj says, when you show gratitude, then mercy flows, right? It's like opening the dam. When you open the dam, water flows. Go to Eastern Washington, there is a dam there, where the hydroelectric dam. We went there, and when they open the water, when they open the dam, you will see water gushing out. So, who is our biggest enemy? We are our biggest enemy. We are unable to let the mercy of Lord enter through us, right? We are unable to open that gate. For the Lord is willing, but we are foolish. We are not letting the Lord's mercy flow through us. Okay, let's stop there.